Welcome everyone to HueFin, also known as HueFin News. Today is July the 9th, 2022. We're going to talk about Twitter today. If you guys have been following Elon, if you guys have been following his Twitter buyout that he tried to do, he told Twitter yesterday, hey, look, I'm trying to get about the deal. Yeah, I'm not trying to buy Twitter anymore. I want to move on. I want to do something different. What I originally intended, I don't want it. I don't like it. But guess what? The market participants who follow Twitter, who actually have money in Twitter stock, already knew way ahead of time that the outlook for Elon Musk buying Twitter wasn't going to happen. I'm here to show you all this because the market, other YouTubers, other social media pundits will not give you this information. You want to always be one step ahead of your competition. So if you guys appreciate my videos, my content, guess what? I'm here. You guys can join me, hit that like button, share the video, and also subscribe here to my channel. Tap that bell notification as well, because I'm really here to show you all how this game really works. You don't have to focus in on what Elon tweets. You don't have to focus in on these articles that's being strewn throughout the internet. You don't have to follow some other social media influencer to get their ideas to what really is going to happen, because the money was already talking on the chart. I'm going to show you all this. All right, so go ahead and hit that like button, share it, and also subscribe to the channel. Now look, this is the timeline of the complete Elon Musk Twitter saga. Okay, this was an article from TechCrunch, and we're just going to do a timeline as to how all of this unfolded. So check this out. I went ahead and went through this article already, and I highlighted some things. Okay, so if you look at this, Elon Musk bought 9.2% share of Twitter on April the 4th. All right. Twitter published a note confirming that the SpaceX and Tesla entrepreneur has taken a 9.2% share of the company, working out to around 2.9 billion based on that Friday's March 4th share price. Okay. That was on April the 4th. Now look at the chart. Okay, let's zoom in on this. Let's talk about what the market really knew before the news, before all these other YouTubers was talking about Twitter and Elon Musk trying to buy it. Let's check this out. April the 4th, right? So here it is. The market price in Twitter was around, on the 1st of April, the high was $39.85, right? News breaks that Elon Musk bought some shares in Twitter right here. So the market shot up 27%, right? Because everyone is on board. Oh, this is great. This is fantastic. Elon Musk is buying into Twitter. What is his plan? What is he up to, right? So the market goes up 27%. All right, cool. Then you come through and you actually tell Elon Musk offers to buy Twitter, the whole company, for $43 billion on April the 14th. Here's the tweet. I made an offer. Okay. So after he bought that 9% share stake in Twitter, here it is, April the 14th. He comes out and says that he made an offer to completely buy out Twitter. At what price? Take a look at the price. The billionaire said he is willing to pay $54.20 per share. That is the sand. That is the drawing line. That is the marker for us to know whether or not the price, or whether or not this deal was going to really happen. If the market price in Twitter was hovering around $54.20, then it's likely that Elon was going to buy the company, because that's what he offered to buy it at. So every share, according to Elon's offer, was worth $54.20. Okay, that was on April the 14th. So let's look at the chart. So let's go to April the 14th, okay, and see what the market did. This is where the price was in Twitter when that offer came out, that he was willing to buy 100% of Twitter. All right. So following this day, this is where we needed to be paying attention to the price. Look at this. The market price in Twitter that he offered was at $54. Okay. So at the high of April the 14th, $54.20 would have brought the market what? They were short the value of what he offered to around 12%, right? Is that just a coincidence that this is where the market high came in Twitter right here? Is that just a coincidence? that the market already hit that level right here? $54.57. So he came out and made the offer publicly. The price in Twitter was down around 12% from hitting that share price. All right. This is the line. This is where he offered to buy Twitter. Every share to him was worth $54.20. Okay. Now, I drew that line because I want to use that as a reference point, because I want you all to see the knowing of the market. Okay. So following that day, April the 14th, right? He goes on, and you guys can see that the price, look at the price since that offer was made. Take a look. What did the price do? After we hit the high on April the 25th, look at the price. What did it do? It went down because the market insiders, they knew that this Twitter deal wasn't going to happen, that Elon knew he offered too much for this company. They knew it. The price chart already related to those who understand that the outlook doesn't look good for him to come and buy Twitter. Because if they knew that the outcome was positive, that he could possibly continue to roll through with this acquisition, the market would be hovering around this $54.20 price. So the offer that he made, all right, that $54.20 price to where the market currently is trading at, look how low it is. It's down 32.25%. Nobody was buying the news that he really was going to buy Twitter. It was already on the chart. But you got so many people out here was hyping up Elon, that this was a positive thing, that it was great, right in the bandwagon, trying to give you all what is his plan. He got trying to expose what he's really up to in Twitter. And then it comes out just yesterday. Elon Musk tells Twitter that he wants out of the deal to buy it. Now, why did he say that yesterday? If you were abreast of the price chart, you would already know it doesn't look good that he's going to actually play out with buying Twitter, because the market price was telling us that. See, I'm here to show you that money talks. Yeah, it's a language. You can actually determine what do people really think. Because if the deal was going to be implemented and go through with it, if he was actually going to go through with purchasing Twitter, the market price would have hovered around the price that he offered to buy it at. But it didn't. It's down 32% from that price that he said he's willing to buy it. So look at this. It was an article from CNN Business. All right. I highlighted something here. A lawyer representing Musk claimed in a letter to Twitter's top lawyer. See, when this process was going on, right? When this whole process was going on, Elon Musk was doing tweets. Everyone was tweeting about it. He was thinking about buying a stake here. He made an offer through Twitter. But now you see something different. They're taking the back channels. Elon's lawyer is now speaking to Twitter's lawyer. Isn't that amazing? He was out front with him buying Twitter earlier on. But now they're doing communication through lawyers. Because it's probably not looking too good for Elon. They're going to probably try to cut a deal from the verbiage from the contractual agreement that he made in trying to buy it. But listen, they claimed, talking about Elon Musk's lawyer, claimed that he is ending the deal because Twitter is, quote, in material breach of multiple provisions of the original agreement, which was signed in April. This is according to a regulatory filing Friday evening. Isn't this amazing how things come out when the stock market is closed? See, this is another thing that you're playing against a formidable player. They don't want you to capitalize off of this type of information, because the market would move if this came out while the stock market was open still. You do recognize that, right? So when bombshell information comes out, it usually occurs over the weekend or beginning of the week before the market opens, because you cannot play off of the news. That is why I am here creating videos to predict where market is headed. So once this play comes out, once this information in Twitter came out on Monday, you'll be able to profit from it. Because if you're not already in the play, you missed it. You won't be able to participate because when you see the news, it's already too late. Even though the price chart was already down 32% in Twitter, we should have already known that the outlook of him buying it is not looking good way ahead of time before yesterday, before the market actually came through and dropped this. Now, Musk has for weeks expressed concerns without any apparent evidence that there are a great number of bots and spam accounts on the platform that Twitter has said publicly. Analysts have speculated that the concerns may be an attempt to create a pretext to get out of a deal he may now see as what? Overpriced. After Twitter shares and the broader tech market have declined in recent weeks, he knew that he offered too much to buy Twitter. Period. And how did he know that? Well, the market was telling him because it fell 32% from his offer price. This is crazy. This is amazing how we can utilize information to win. If you were paying attention to the price chart and not what Elon was tweeting, not these YouTuber videos, not these articles that these pundits are coming out with, you would have already been in position to win from that 32% drawdown from when he originally intended to buy Twitter. This game is simple. This is just another example of how you need to be ahead of the competition, because none of this information of him coming out saying that he doesn't want to buy Twitter benefits us now. It doesn't. You have all these articles now coming out talking about he's terminating his $44 billion Twitter deal. That's why he went quiet, because before then he was just doing a massive amounts of tweets. Now he's kind of in rogue and not saying too much. Now, take a look at this. The Verge, 15 hours ago, Elon Musk proves he's the wrong man to save the world. Twitter vows legal fight after Musk pulls out of the $44 billion deal. See that? Now he has legal issues to deal with. How is that going to impact Twitter's price going forward? Okay, for us to know how this outlook is going to play out on who's winning and who's not. If the market in Twitter goes up to where Elon offered to buy it, then that means that Twitter actually has something that Elon can fight against. If Elon is going to be able to pull out the deal without any reverberations, any consequences, then the stock price in Twitter is going to go down. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that you and I or no other person who is not in Elon's camp is talking about. So the only thing that we can go off of is by looking at the chart, because money talks. So now we saw all of this volume come in Twitter, right? April, May timeframe. Look at all this volume, right? This was the market's opportunity to sell. Those who had massive stakes in Twitter stock was selling the news. And so there's no reason why people would come through and tell you that that's a positive thing. They was hyping up the deal. They was hyping up Elon Musk buying Twitter, when the whole time those people who knew about it was selling. They were selling the stock the whole time. Now, the problem is that Twitter is in a downtrend. And outside of Elon not buying Twitter, what else can actually give this stock some upward momentum, right? We've already noticed that the price in Twitter have seen some rejection of points, 44, and now it's 40. This market restriction area is definitely hitting a massive hiccup. If we're going to see the price in Twitter go up, it's going to have to break $40 to the upside. We already know that. So let's not get tricked. Let's not get fooled into thinking that, hey, the deal is still on the table. Look at this on the 3 weeks. Look at it on the monthly. Is the price about to crash in Twitter? Look at this on the 3 months. From a 3 months perspective, look at all that volume that shot through on the last 3 months in Twitter. Look at that. The charts ain't lying. The market in Twitter bought the hype over the last 3 months, right? Shot all the way up there to $54 to Elon's buy offer price, but we closed at $37.36 on high volume. There's a whole lot of selling last 3 months. That's not bullish. Not over the next 3 months. That price in Twitter is anticipated to continue to fall just by looking at that on a 3 month perspective. Look at this on the 6 months. What is your anticipation? Where do you think the price is about to go? Because those who have already reacted has already made their determination. They're already looking for the price in Twitter to go down. So basically, that's what I'm looking forward to too. I'm not bullish into the market in Twitter. So now, let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to play some weakness here into the market in Twitter. That is going to be the price prediction, looking for the market to fall lower because the charts is not lying. We're going to continue to be weak into the market in Twitter as long as the market price trades below $44. All right, that's where we at. $44. Now, you guys can see that this area right here has a lot of trades. Okay, now we got to be prepared to profit off of the move down. Okay, that's my first price target, $32. All right, my first price target around 32. Looking for the market in Twitter to try to find some buyers here, because we have already established that area before to where the buyers came through. We already can see that it's around that area. It's around 32. It might be a little bit higher, but it's around 32. My second one is going to be down here around like $28.75, $29. That's it. Okay, so let's say Monday comes out. Let's say trading begins in Monday and the market in Twitter goes positive. Like the market reacts positively that he's not coming in and buying it. Or they actually know that Twitter is actually going to implement the agreement that they have with Elon. And the price goes up. And let's say it runs all the way up to $44, right? Let's say that it does. But if the market doesn't break outside of 44 and even break this long-term downtrend line, we overall know that that 3 months chart that I reflected, that I've shown you, is still there. The weakness is still here. It hasn't gone anywhere. So let's not be tricked. Okay, let's not do that. So this is it. This is how we're able to win. This is the competitive advantage that you and I both have, is that we got the ability to see what people think. Check this out. Keep it real. Check this out. Look at this. Earnings is coming up 22nd of July in Twitter. Pay attention to see what the money is doing way before then. Make sure you maintain a profitability. And as always, trade different.